Hi unwinders, seekers and finders, looking for ways to make movement kinder? Let's do it. Okay, so pre-run, get your spiky ball before you put your trainers on. Just roll that ball under your foot so you're going from the big toe all the way to the heel, and the middle toes all the way to your heel, and the little toe all the way to your heel. Okay, so cover that entire foot. Go under the ball of your foot and the toes, through the middle, and then over that heel. Okay, do both sides. Try and do about a minute on each side. Your feet really will appreciate it. And just by moving the ball under the foot, you start to release all that myofascia that then links into the calves, the hamstrings coming up the back of the leg, which is obviously all involved with your run. Okay, then under the ball, under the toes, ball of the foot, middle of the foot, heel of the foot. You get the picture. Okay, great. Then from here, we're going to do a few squats just to warm up the legs. So for your squat, you keep the knees still and you take the bottom back. Make sure your toes are directly in front of your heels. Keep that core engaged. Lift your chest away from your belly button. And then as you breathe out, you just push that bottom back and you come down as far as you can. That is comfortable. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, breathing in. And as you breathe out, push the weight down through the heels. Okay, let's just do 3. Warming up those legs. Coming back up. 3, perfect. Now, good little hamstring stretch. You take one tiny step so your toes are in line with the heel in front. Bend the knees, bring the hands down onto your floor or mat, and you're going to isolate the hamstring on the front here. So you're going to breathe out and go to straighten that leg that's in front, so you get that hamstring stretch. You might be able to straighten it a little bit, not a lot. Either way is fine. You'll get that stretch in the hamstring that you need. Then, of course, you're going to change the legs. So bend the knees, come back up straight, and change feet. So now you've got the different leg in front, bend the knees, come back down onto your mat, keep the hips up. As you breathe out, straighten that front leg. Again, you're isolating the hamstring on this side. And again, just notice one hamstring might be slightly tighter than the other side. But you're just warming it up, letting it know that you're going to be using it, and come back up. Okay. We're going to do quad stretches and a bit of a stretch into the psoas muscle because you'll be using all of those during your run. And if either of those get tight, it kind of just pulls the body that way and we tend to feel we've got a problem in the back, but it's actually coming from the muscles in the front, okay? So come down onto your hands and knees, or a knee. If you need to double over a mat behind or put a cushion under the knee behind you, do that, so that your knee is nice and soft. So I'll demo. I'll just double over my mat so my knee has a nice cushion to sit on. Now, put the toes, tuck the toes underneath the heel, and then just have this foot in front so your leg is in a right angle. You're going to tuck your tailbone underneath and you'll already feel that stretch coming down through those quads just by tucking your tailbone underneath. Again, lengthen your breastbone away from your belly button, your chest away from that belly button, and again you'll feel that stretch. You can come in and out of it, breathing in, breathe out, tuck the tailbone underneath, breathe in to release, breathe out, tuck it under. If you can, just hold the static stretch between about 15 to 30 seconds. Just get that stretch. If you want to take it a little bit further, just glide the hips a bit further. And then that starts to come into a bit more of a psoas stretch. You've got to keep that tailbone tucked underneath. As soon as you let that tailbone untuck, you're coming more into a hip flexor stretch, okay? Right, so we'll now go into a hip flexor stretch. Relax the foot behind. Then you're going to use your hands to come down onto the mat. So breathing in. As you breathe out, allow yourself to come as far forward as you can, getting that hip flexor stretch. Bring the hands down. And if you can, breathe in, lift this arm up so it really gives you a nice stretch. You'll also be stretching out those adductors on the inside or inside thigh. Have a good stretch. If you want to then come into a bit of a hamstring stretch, place the hands on the mat either side of that front foot and push back, keeping that foot down, stretching your hamstrings out. Breathing in. If you want to go in for a bit more of an adductor stretch, bring both hands inside that front foot. Coming forwards, I'm going to go out of focus, but hey ho, I'll come back. Coming forwards, you're going to bring your elbows down, or a elbow or a hand, whatever works for you, just to get that bit of a stretch on the inside thigh there. Take a nice breath in and out, and gently push your way back up into the kneeling position. Then we're going to swap over to do the other leg. So other leg, other side. So I have that comfy cushion under my back knee. Tucking the toes under the heel behind. Breathing in. Again, draw the chest bone away from the belly button. Tuck your tailbone underneath, and already you'll start to feel that stretch through the quad on the other side. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, just gently pushing it forwards, keeping that tailbone tucked underneath. You're just extending that stretch into those quads down the front of your thigh. And if you come a little bit further forwards, you'll feel that going inside the hip into the psoas muscle. Now the psoas muscle attaches into the lower back, crosses through the hip, and then attaches into the leg bone. That's what helps bend your body or lift your leg, okay? So when that's tight, we feel that the back is tight. So stretching out. Right now you can release the tailbone, and as you breathe out, relax the foot behind you. Allow yourself to come all the way forward to get the hip flexor stretch. Bring the same hand down with the knee in front. Breathe in, you're going to lift that arm up so you feel that stretch all through that hip flexor. Breathing in, then as you breathe out, bring those hands down. Turn it into a hamstring stretch. You can hold your foot on that foot, keep the foot flat. Lengthen, stretch through the hamstring. If you only get to here, that's fine. Just do what your body is comfortable doing, and little by little, you'll find you'll get a bit more stretch for your time, okay? Then again, for the inside adductors, you're going to breathe in, bring those hands inside, walk it forwards. Walk it forwards, come down onto your mat. Can't get this elbow down, but hey ho. Or even if it's just here, you'll still be getting the stretch. Just work with what's right for your body. Okay, and coming out of that, calves. I forgot the calves. So for the calves, you can stay in this position. Push the weight down into that heel, and you're going to come over and forwards. Keep the weight down in that heel, and you'll feel that into a lovely calf stretch. If you can't feel it so much that way, come into a crouching position. So your feet are underneath you, feet are in front of your heels. Come into a crouching position, and you'll feel those calves stretch. We need balance for this one. So again, if you place the other knee down, coming forwards, pushing the weight down into that heel, you'll feel that calf stretch. All right? Well done. Go and do sort of a 5-minute gentle start to your run, and then accelerate, and on you go. Have a super day. Take care. Bye, Unwinders.